act. I now want to move on to another subject which is very, very important, viewers. It's close to a lot of people's hearts. And Yogi Adityanath has sparked a debate across the nation by talking about the need to reclaim India's ancient civilizational identity. In an interview, Yogi Adityanath has hinted that he intends to expose the dominant so-called secular liberal ecosystem that whitewashed the genocidal barbarism of Islamic settler colonialists who almost snuffed out Sanatan Dharma by attacking its holy and cultural centers. Yogi said the only way to reclaim the identity of Bharat was by literally excavating the proof in the shape of buried and desecrated temples and other Hindu places of worship in towns like Sambhal, Kashi and Mathura. Listen in, viewers.
जितने भी होंगे सब ढूंढेंगे, सब निकालेंगे और दुनिया को बोलेंगे कि भगवान ने जिसको आंखें दी हैं वो आके देखो तो क्या हुआ था संभल में। इस्लाम कहता है कि किसी भी हिंदू मंदिर या किसी हिंदू घर को तोड़ करके आपके द्वारा बनाई गई कोई भी इबादत गृह ये खुदा को स्वीकार्य नहीं। क्यों आपने बनाई? इस सनातन हिंदू धर्म के जो महत्वपूर्ण स्थल हैं उन सभी स्थलों को हमारी विरासत के प्रतीक हैं।
Opposition leaders were quick to challenge Adityanath's claims. The Congress accused Yogi Adityanath of only doing Hindu-Muslim to polarize the state and consolidate Hindu voters. Ajay Kumar Lallu of the Congress party, who was once their party president in Uttar Pradesh, says, and I quote, Yogi Adityanath has no other agenda except Hindu-Muslim to talk about. They should show at least one development work done by them in the state. As per NCRB data, UP is #1 in crimes, particularly crimes against women. There is also the issue of unemployment, unquote. The BJP has slammed the Congress for lending a communal color to an exercise in setting the historical record straight. The BJP points out that in the most advanced democracies, an attempt has been made to restore the dignity of indigenous populations who were ill-treated by colonialists. The BJP points out that for far too long, the so-called secular ecosystem has, under the cover of promoting Hindu-Muslim unity, exalted figures like Aurangzeb, Tipu Sultan to appease Muslims for votes at the cost of negating Hindu sentiments. The war of words forces some sharp questions. By excavating temples in Sambhal, backing reclamation of Hindu places of worship in Kashi and Mathura, is Yogi correcting history or demonizing Muslims for electoral gain? It's an open question. Let's go across straight to Dr. Ranganathan first. Dr. Ranganathan, I think Dr. Ranganathan, Yogi Adityanath has made a very, very clear enunciation of what he believes is an essential duty. Many people are saying that he is doing Hindu-Muslim. How do you respond to this?
You know, this is the problem when you deal with only facts, and those facts are taken as egregious by one party whose agenda is absolutely clear. You immediately get branded as a bigot or a somebody who's polarizing and doing Hindu-Muslim. Now, what Yogi has said, will anybody point out what is wrong? The fact of the matter is this country is peaceful and plural because it is a Hindu majority. And the fact of the matter also is, what Yogi did not say, that India cannot be saved if Hindus are not. The Hindus do not ask for appeasement. They never have. Hindus do not even mind if people belonging to other religions are appeased. History shows us this. All the Hindus are asking for is that the discrimination carried out against them be ebbed, if not stopped altogether. Now, is that too much to ask? The proverbial Hindu Rashtra, Rahul, a rhetorical derisory reference to the dawn of 2014 coined by the left to guilt-trip Indians into believing that they were now living in a fascist state where Muslim rights were being stomped upon by brown-shirted, goose-stepping Hindutva soldiers, has gone to celebrate 11th anniversary soon. 11 years of apathy and inaction, of prejudice, of constitutional and judicial discrimination, not against Muslims, but against Hindus. So if Yogi tells the truth, what is wrong in it? Would you tomorrow say that Yogi also said the following? And let me now quote someone. Islam is a close corporation and the distinction that it makes between Muslims and non-Muslims is a very real, very positive and very alienating distinction. The brotherhood of Islam is not the universal brotherhood of man. It is brotherhood of Muslims for Muslims only. There is fraternity. but its benefit is confined to those within that corporation. For those who are outside the corporation, there is nothing but contempt and enmity. The second defect of Islam is that it is a system of social self-government and is incompatible with local self-government, because the allegiance of a Muslim does not rest on his domicile in the country which is his, but on the faith to which he belongs. In other words, Islam can never allow a true Muslim to adopt India as his motherland and regard a Hindu as his kith and kin, unquote. Now I ask you, did Yogi say this? No. Who said this? Dr. Ambedkar. Are you going to brand him a bigot? Are you going to brand him a Sanghi? This is the problem in this country. When you quote facts, that is the problem that you have, because people do not accept facts.
Okay. Mr. Tariq Khan, you're the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. I want to bring you in. Hindus have moved court. Yogi Adityanath has also come out and said, don't apprehend. If I go out there and I excavate the truth, don't think that this is going to militate against Muslims. Muslims are safe in this country till there are Hindus in this country. He says Hindus have moved court. Which community has done that? In Turkey, they reclaimed a church through force. You see the situation in Pakistan, Bangladesh. These are his words, not mine. So Tariq Khan, why are you fear-mongering? In America and in Britain, you support the cause of the indigenous black people in America, for example, when they say that the colonial oppressors, their statues should be removed. In India, when Hindus say that, look, the people who oppressed us, they should not be edified, you have a problem. Why these double standards, Tariq Saab?
Just now, Ranganathan Saab talked about views of Ambedkar ji on Islam. What is the view of Ambedkar ji on Hindu Rashtra?
Yes.
In the book of Partition of India, what he says on Hindu Rashtra? You know what he said? What he said? ये भारत के लिए सबसे बड़ी विपत्ति होगी. I'm quoting it. Don't interrupt, please. Anchor more the time दिलवाइए. What he said, and what was his last 22 pratigya? Will you want me to repeat it? What was he said in that 22 pratigya? Anything about Islam? What he said about the things I don't want to repeat. That is not good. But when you say something quoting Baba Sahab, just quote this also, what he said about Hindu Raj, what BJP is talking about, and what all these pundits had been talking about, that they want to make India a Hindu Raj. And what was his views on Hindu Raj? Point number 1. Now, Supreme Court has already in 2024 said that there will be no cases, no another cases of any type of means a mosque being a mandir being searched within the mosque. Okay. Now, problem is this, that since 2022, Supreme Court has asked central government, very important issue, that what is your view on Worship of Act? Since 2022, Supreme Court has been asking central government that what is your view on these places of Worship Act? There is no response from the central government. Abolish it. Why you are not abolishing it? Justice UU Lalit was there. He was the Chief Justice. Then there was Chandrachud. Now Mr. Khanna is there. It's since 2022. You have the full majority in the parliament. Why you are doing politics on all this? All the time Yogi come that everywhere will search our mandir, all those things. Search it. We are not saying anything. First, abrogate Worship Act. Why you are not abrogating it? It's in your hand. And Supreme Court, by large, asking you that what is your stand? You are keeping just your mouth shut and doing politics. You want votes of Hindu, and you don't want anything for Hindu. Abolish.
Okay. Abolish, he says. What's the big deal? We have no problem, but first, walk the talk. Yes.
Let the record state that I did not interrupt even once, and I hope Tariq will not interrupt me when I speak. What did Mr. Yogi Adityanath say? It is something that Tariq and I both actually embody. The fact of the matter is that if Tariq or my family felt that they were safer with Muslims, we both would have chosen to be in Pakistan. We actually believe what Yogi ji said, that we are one Muslim family safer amongst 100 Hindu families, or else we wouldn't be here. So I don't know why, just because Yogi Adityanath happens to wear saffron, we are abusing him for a decision that our grandfathers took, by the way, point number 1. Point number 2, history and even Theology dictates and shows that the fact of the matter is that the Hindu kings never invaded anybody. They never actually went and attacked another country. Anybody who came to this land got patronage and they got the shelter, whether it's the Parsis, whether it's the Muslims, whether it's the Christians. Are you denying that fact? It is not deniable. Thirdly, please look at any of the Muslim majority countries right in our neighborhood. Bangladesh, is it safe and secure for Muslims? No. Is it safe for Shias or Aga Khanis or Khojas or Ahmadiyas? No. Is Pakistan safe for many of the Muslims? No. Is Afghanistan safe for many of the Muslims? No. Is Sudan safe for many of the Muslims? No. Iraq, Iran, Libya? No. But India is. All 72 firqas thrive here. The fact of the matter is that that happens because Hindus are in majority. Hindus are essentially secular. Hindus are essentially tolerant. But let me tell you one more thing. Let's see what happened in UP. There were 700 riots under Samajwadi Party. Today, those riots have ended. It may be a small chut-put fight, but those big riots have ended, including Muzaffarnagar. Hindus and Muslims both are safer. One district, one gunda, Mukim Kala, Atiq Ansari, Mukhtar Ansari, all of them done away with. One district, one product. Muslims are safer or less safer. Today, you have a crime rate which is less than the national average in Uttar Pradesh. Muslims are safer or not safer? Muslims get 20 to 30% share in the social welfare schemes of Yogi. Safer or not safer? In fact, even in the Gorakshnath Mutt of Yogi ji, the chief accountant is a Muslim. So, Muslims are safer when Hindus are around in larger numbers. Accept the reality. That is why we are here.
Okay. So, Ashutosh Mishra, very simple question. Fear mongering is not going to get you by without addressing a factual question. If India was not safe for Muslims, why do Rohingyas, Ahmadiyas, Afghans, Syrians, Zoroastrians, several other denominations from our neighboring countries want to come here, sir?
So, Rahul, I agree with you when you say it should not be a Hindu versus Muslim case. What you are seeing here is actually Yogi, it's an internal BJP politics that is being played out.
No, I'm asking you, listen, hang on. You see, the party that you support, the Congress party, demonizes Yogi Adityanath, calling him a communal hate bigot, hate monger bigot. That's what they say. They don't say it because of some internal BJP politics. No, they say it because they mean it. They think that he, as a Hindu, is a supremacist. He believes in Hindu Rashtra. He walks around with people who believe in Hindu Rashtra and wants to bring a Hindu Rashtra and make this country, like Shashi Tharoor says, into a into a Hindu Pakistan. I want you to answer. Is Tharoor right? Is the Congress party right?
You wouldn't have had to ask this question if you had let me complete my statement. Right now, what has happened is that Yogi Adityanath understands that the Hindu Hriday Samrat, that was Modi, has lost his support amongst Hindus. We saw that in 2024 elections when he was cut down to 240 seats, when they lost in around Ayodhya. So now he's actually trying to tell his Hindutva brigade that, look, I am the only guy who can save Hindus. Listen to me. There is when it comes to being I'm better than Modi. I will do what he hasn't. That's his target audience. What you talk about Muslims being is here, I disagree with what Shehzad was saying. Muslims played an important role in the freedom struggle of India. Muslims who stayed in India were secular by nature. They supported Gandhi. They didn't support Jinnah. That's why they didn't go to Pakistan. So please don't demean your grandfathers.
He's saying exactly what you're saying, and he's saying that's a virtue.
Let me give him an example.
Give an example.
Mr. Mishra.
Just one second, Shehzad, let me complete it. What he's trying to say is they stayed back because they wanted to stay with Hindus. What I am saying is they stayed back because this was their country. They didn't do it out of fear. It was as much their country as it was
quick
of
response.
There are two small things. First, if the Hindus are so dangerous, I don't know where the Hindus are there in Iraq, Iran, Sudan, etc. But if the Hindus are indeed so dangerous to live with for the Muslims, why you wanted to make the CAA amendment that Muslims of these Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh should come here? Point number two, let me tell you about Perambadur in Tamil Nadu. The moment the demography changes there, suddenly the Hindus who are in the minority are stopped from celebrating their religious festivals. They have to go to High Court, and the High Court then says that it's a blot on secularism that something like this happens. Now I want to tell you that this is the mindset. The moment the demography changes, secularism and democracy go out of the window, and therefore, Mr. Mishra, please smell the coffee. And just 10 more seconds. In the first debate, I was extremely rude to Anand Ranganathan, so I want to apologize to him.
Okay. Okay.
Don't be ridiculous. You are my brother.
No, but
You
I
weren't
was rude,
at
and therefore I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not
Doctor.
at all, Shahzad. You will always remain my elder brother.
Will you let me reply to that?
Doctor, yes, you wanted to respond to Mr. Khan.
I just wanted to say, you see, Tariq Bhai is here. We know each other off and on the screen. He is my brother. Shahzad is my brother. The problem is not that the Muslims of this country or any other country behave differently from any other community. Please get this straight. I have absolutely nothing. Why should I have a problem with Tariq Bhai? Why should he have a problem with me? The problem is that there is a text that with the click of a finger can be asked and demanded to be followed. That is the issue. And that is the problem in this country. As long as we are going to be blinded and not accept that as a reality, I'm afraid we can brush over everything and put everything under the carpet.
Well, very quickly, Tariq Khan Saab, I think you need to be questioned very, very specifically on the charge that you're making, that UP and India has become this communal hellhole. On what basis are you making this charge?
CM himself saying all these things. Yes, we'll search temples beneath mosque. Okay, and what he says is very controversial. Only Muslims are safe when only Hindus will be safe. Suppose Hindus being attacked by some other community, Hindus being attacked by Sikhs or Christians, they'll attack Muslims. Okay, so what he's saying is very controversial. If Hindus are safe, then only the Muslim will be safe.
Can I ask you one question for 5 seconds?
Yeah, please.
5 seconds.
Question coming to you.
5 seconds. Mr.
Shahzad Bhai is asking you a question.
By the way, the RSS...
Shahzad Bhai is asking you a question.
The RSS
Bhai to Bhai. Bilateralism.
Well, RSS chief has already said about going for searching for mandirs in mosques, but I am saying that you make an announcement that every mandir should not be claimed as a waqf property. 1500-year-old property is being claimed as waqf. Mahakum land is being claimed as waqf. Now you tell me when Akhilesh will make the statement that every property should not be declared waqf.
That claims are not by the Waqf board, okay? And if you're talking about Tamil Nadu, there were some patches being claimed, and all the claims are not by Waqf board. Only the claim of Taj and in Tamil Nadu by the Waqf board. Rest of the claims are by individual people.
Okay, 30 seconds more. Okay, doctor.
See, मैंने ऑलरेडी कह दिया तारिक भाई मेरे भाई हैं, लेकिन इनको भी एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा कि जब बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुए 12 मुंबई में, मुंबईकर्स मरे, 257 मुंबईकर्स जिसमें मुस्लिम्स भी थे वो भी मरे, एंड द टेररिस्ट हु वाज हैंग्ड टू डेथ याकूब मेमन, उसके फ्यूनरल पे मुंबई में ही टेंस ऑफ थाउजेंड्स ऑफ मुस्लिम्स आए. तारिक भाई ये ठीक है क्या? दिस यू हैव टू आंसर.
नहीं ठीक है. We are not supporting.
Okay.
You support Aurangzeb, not APJ Abdul Kalam.
Okay, one second. Doctor and Shahzad, since you have built a rapport once again, I'm inviting you for an important debate, and please honor it. We'll air it tomorrow in the second half of this show. Is the Waqf bill going far enough? That will be debated between Dr. Ranganathan and Shahzad Poonawalla tomorrow, viewers. We're going to have a special, and it's going to be interesting. I'm wrapping out of this show.